Welcome to day 20 of 40 seconds for 40 days. Hard to believe that we are already halfway there in our process of trying to come closer to Hashem. And as we continue in this process, we like to think of ourselves as having become sophisticated and more knowledgeable, but I want to share a story with you that hopefully helps us reframe our priorities and understand a little bit more about who we are in front of the Almighty. There's a story told about a little child who got lost once in 770, the main center where Chabad headquarters is in Crown Heights in Brooklyn. And this little boy got lost, and he was looking for his father in a sea of black and white. He couldn't find his father. Everyone wears the same clothes. And so what was he to do? Finally, he found a man who he thought maybe might have been his father. He pulled his hand, grabbed it, wiped his nose on his father's sleeves, as children tend to do, only to look up and realize that it was not his father, but it was actually the Lubavitcher Rebbe. The father finds the boy, eventually, and he takes the boy home. The boy tells him what happened. And about a week later, the Lubavitcher Rebbe opens up a letter that he received from that little boy's mom, profusely apologizing for the level of disrespect that this little child had to wipe his nose on the Rebbe's kapata. How terrible, how pained she was when she learned that this is what had transpired. And a few days later, the mother, received a letter back from the Rebbe, trying to understand why it is that the mother was so disturbed by this. I believe the story goes that he put a question mark next to the word pained in the letter that she had written to him. And he said, "Why would you be pained by something by this? How beautiful it was," he said, "to witness and experience and see the innocence of a child." This child didn't look up and see the great Lubavitcher Rebbe. This child looked up and thought it was his father and wiped his nose on his sleeve. He said, "How wonderful would it be if we didn't always have the sophistication of adults and realized that the innocence of a child is really what can help us get closer to not just the King in heaven, but our Father in heaven. If we can realize that our relationship with Hashem is that of a child to their parent, then so much of what it is that we struggle with sometimes in terms of connecting with Hashem, of understanding what Hashem is, understanding what His presence might mean, we can realize that it's just that we are children and He is our Father, and sometimes we just need to wipe our nose on His sleeve, and that's okay too. The Rebbe was trying to teach this woman that it's okay to be that innocent, because when you have a level of naivety like that, that can ultimately help you get closer to the Almighty. Hashem should bless us with this ability to find the inner child within each and every one of us as we get closer and closer to the highest and holiest of days of the year. Wishing everyone a beautiful day.